Girls, I want to challenge you right now. Really ask yourself, why am I having sex? There's many reasons, but a lot of times what we think is the reason is really not. It's a much deeper reason of why we've chosen to do such an act that takes so much of us. Reading the stories about teens and suicide and relationships, and it really breaks my heart because I was that same teen. 15 years old, thought I was pregnant and wanted to commit suicide. I was too afraid to say anything. My parents, I remember saying something about like suicide, but they had no clue of why. And let me say this, I have never seen anything destroy people's lives more than sex. When you have sex with someone, what you're doing is you are giving that person all of you, the deepest parts of you, not only just your body, but your very existence, your spirit, and your soul. I know for a fact, just because of how God designed sex, is a cause of depression, low self esteem, suicidal thoughts, all that stuff. I heard a lady by the name of Jackie Bruton say this quote: when you treat your dating relationship like a marriage, a breakup will feel like a divorce. I was that same girl, and I hear so many young girls say, oh my goodness, I can't live without this person. I want to die. I'm going to commit suicide because he left me, or I don't have him anymore in my life. I can always tell in a relationship if they're having sex or not just by those type of comments. That lets me know that you have given this person all of you. Because if you didn't give this person all of you, you wouldn't feel so emotionally attached or drained, or you won't feel like you can't live without this person. What sex does is it binds the two together. Your two souls, your two very existence become one. So just imagine ripping yourself apart in half. You know how when you tear a piece of paper down the middle, it's not a straight line. It's zigzaggy. It's messy. That's what it feels like when you have sex outside of the original design of it, which is marriage. It is like the worst thing that you can do to yourself. You know, I know there are physical consequences that you can see, STD, pregnancy, which are long term consequences, but the emotional, I feel, is even worse. And these are the things that you can't see, but you can feel it. And because you feel it, because you experience it, it makes you want to check out. It makes you want to leave this earth. As I grew up and as I got older, God revealed to me what sex was, why I created it, and why it was not created just to be having it randomly with different men or different boyfriends, but it was solely created for one person, and that is your husband or wife. If you're a man, your wife. If you're a woman, your husband, because it binds you together. And a marriage is designed forever, well, until death. So guess what? Sex is designed forever. So if you have sex with someone, that means you are going to be with that person until death. But if you are not married, how can that happen? There's no guarantee that you will be together forever. The only way you'll know that it's real, that it is a true committed relationship, is if you are in the legal agreement or covenant of marriage. And that's why today, in my mid 20s, I respect sex more than ever. And just seeing how it affects you, living that thing, I never want to put myself through that again. It is the worst thing to do to yourself, to have sex outside of its original design of marriage. And I see it. I'm seeing people kill themselves. I had people not have sex, had sex. I honestly believe the emotional attachments, the emotional draining feeling that you feel, or the feeling like you can't live without that person, you won't feel that because you didn't give that person the deepest parts of you. So it won't feel as horrible. It won't be as horrible if that person decided to walk away. Do not make permanent decisions in temporary situations. Sex is a permanent action. And think about it. Why would we make such a big step like that in something so temporary? A relationship, I don't care if it's been 4, 5, 6 years, it's still temporary. It certainly is not long term. What's holding you guys together? The only committed relationship that God honors between a woman and a man romantically is marriage, because it is an exact representation of his relationship with his people. When he decided to die on the cross for us, that was a commitment. And if we accept him as Lord and Savior, we have entered into a commitment or a covenant or marriage with him. Respect sex. Respect sex. Sex is not for grown people. It's not for teens. It's not for me. I'm not married. And now that I know the consequences of it, now that I understand why it's made, I'm going to respect that thing because I don't want to live that life anymore. I don't want to be depressed because I've given my all to a person who didn't deserve it, who didn't pay the price, who didn't love me enough or respect me enough to wait for me or to commit to me. I challenge some young girls right now who are watching this. Stop having sex and see the difference between you having sex and you not having sex, and see the difference in your emotions, just the all around health that you feel, because sex affects every part of your life. Since you are giving all of you, your body, your soul, your spirit, guess what? It affects your body, your soul, and your spirit. It affects your mind, your heart, which is your heart is your mind, your desires, your emotion. It affects your relationship with God. It affects you physically. It affects all of us. And it is my quest, it is my desire, it is my life goal to speak about sex, to educate on sex, and to tell as many young girls as I know sex is not the answer to love. Because love does not equal sex. Love is to give up your own selfish desires for the benefit of somebody else. So, with everything that I've explained to you about sex and what it is, if you have sex outside of marriage, is that true love? Is that really benefiting you? No, it's not. No, it's not. Stay encouraged. Please check out sheabundantly.com, where I talk about sex, where I talk about love and relationships, all kinds of truth, fashion, music, and Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, where I talk more about all these good things. And it is good talk that we need. Go check it out right now. You stay encouraged, baby girl. You are worth the wait. All right, peace.